Great day rising, all you wonderful YouTubers out there. I am your Cosmic Life Coach, the Cosmic Life Coach, and I am coming to you today to speak to you about the art of healing self. Yes, the art of healing self will be today's topic. Now, I did this video about almost a couple of weeks ago, and as you all know, I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to uh, what you call it, social media. I've been on Instagram for a little while now, but I still feel like I'm a baby to that. But yeah, I did a video and it did not save. Had great content, more conscious of everything, and it just bloop, disappeared on me. So I had given up on doing it and just said, you know what, I don't. YouTube is just not for me. But again, I was led to be a YouTuber. This is not something that I've always just wanted to do and desired to do. But my spirit guides has guided me to this platform, and I understand why. But it's just not very comfortable for me. But how many of you know that we cannot grow in comfortable places? That's right. Can't grow in comfortable places. So we have to get on out there, no matter how fearful we are, no matter how uncomfortable we are, no matter what. When we know that we are being led in a direction, it's very important that we follow that, because that is going to help us on our journey. It's going to get us where we're trying to go. It's going to help us accomplish our goals. And it's a piece. It's a piece to the puzzle of the big picture, right? Yes. And I want to have a huge big picture, beautiful art. I want my journey to be just adventurous and artistic. But in order for it to be that, we got to allow the brush to flow and put all that beautiful, colorful paint on the portrait. Now, can the brush just jump up and do what it want to do on its own? Is it magical? Can it just get up there and start painting the picture for you? I don't think so. Some would say yes, but I say probably not. Who's in control of the brush? Hmm. So, are you in control of the brush? Am I in control of the brush? Is someone else in control of the brush for our portrait, our beautiful, beautiful portrait? Hmm. I want to be in control of my portrait. I want it to be the way I want it to be. And in order for that, sometimes we need help. We need guidance. And we pray for guidance and we ask for guidance. But when that guidance comes, how many of us just ignore the guidance, complain about the guidance, don't want to listen to the guidance, question the guidance? Well, I come to tell you that from experience, of all those things I just listed, that we must stop being our own worst enemy, open ourselves up, trust the universe, trust the Most High, trust our guides, and know that they have our best interests at heart. They know what we want because we asked for it, but most of all, they know how to help us get to it, to get it to us, right? So, what I found out, I was trying to figure out why would I go through all of that, do that video, and then it disappear on me. Everything happens for a reason, so I knew that it was deeper than just technology glitching on me. What I found out is that when I was talking with my spirit guides about it, is that I was totally, totally tense when I did it. I was barely breathing properly. I was so tense. I was nervous and everything, and so I wasn't being, I wasn't being relaxed and calm and just going with the flow. Yes, everything sounded more perfect in my the other video. It was just do do do, but guess what? It sounded probably like a robot. I didn't even get to listen to it because it disappeared. So, but I can remember how I felt doing it. I felt really like I felt so like closed in and just oh. And I'm a person that's about being real and honest, so that's why I'm sharing this part for those of you that are trying to step out and do something that you're uncomfortable doing, whether it's YouTube or anything else for that matter. Um, I if I would have video would have got out to you, you would have felt the energy because everything is energy. You would have felt the energy of that video, and it wouldn't have probably been a good experience for you. You wouldn't have probably been able to receive what I was trying to tell you. So when that video disappeared, that was symbolic for the fear disappearing that I had making it. Just the fear of just being in front of a camera, being videoed, of just, it's a lot of people that can listen to this. And of course, we're going to be judged. Of course, people are not going to like what we say sometimes, and there's some that will. But I always say each one reach one. So I just want to encourage you to step on out there. Uh, you are taken care of. You are protected. If your spirit guides or you're being led in this direction, just be sure of who's leading you. Be sure of who's leading you. There's energy everywhere, and we have all kind of guides. But guess what? All guides are not good guides. All guides are not the best guides. We're we're everything is we're dealing with spiritual principalities, right? And so even our ancestors, when our ancestors guide us, every ancestor, do you want every ancestor guiding you if they had very low energy or were not very positive when they transitioned on and we don't know where they are now? Probably not. I don't. So let's be specific and find out who's guiding us and know who's guiding us and vibrate high and just follow and go and just make it and get those pieces, get that brush, and let's just begin to paint. So moving right along, this video again, we must breathe. I forget to breathe. It's not just because I'm doing this. It's something I've always dealt with. That's another show. So I have to constantly be focusing on my breathing, as we all should, because many of us are not breathing properly and don't even know it. So I'm much more relaxed this time. I didn't plan to do it. Got off work and said, hey, I think I feel like redoing this video. So we're talking about the art of healing self. I'm just going to give some tips on that, and hopefully it can help somebody. I never encourage or teach or lead or suggest that anybody do anything that I am not doing myself or have not done myself, and therefore I speak through and from experiences. I also speak from some book smarts. I am a sociologist. I do have a BA in sociology, and but for the most part, because I don't remember all the terms and all the scenarios and all the concepts of what I learned in school. But what you ain't gonna forget is what you've been through. What they say, experience is a good teacher. So it's the best teacher. So anyway, the art of healing self. Now, any of you that follow me on Instagram or know me outside of social media know that I've always talked about healing, and it's a big deal. It's needed. It's what's going to make us all better. It's going to make the world, us all come together and kumbaya and love each other better and interact and socialize with each other better and love each other better. But we must first learn to know thyself and love thyself first and foremost before we can love or expect anyone else to love us. Why should anyone else be loving you a certain way and all in this certain way that you desire to be loved if you're not giving it to yourself first, right? So there is so many different ways to heal, so many different ways. So the ways that I tell you is not the only way. I don't believe there's one way to anything. I just don't. The creator is too cold blooded. They too they the creator of all things, infinite. Things that we can't even imagine, wrap our minds around, can't even imagine. So we are creators as well. You know, we're gods and goddesses out here on this plane in the matrix. So we have the ability to create. So yeah, healing is very important, and we're the cosmos. That's why I call myself a cosmic life coach. We're the cosmos. We're made of the same substances. We are the part. We're the universe, and we are God. I am God. I am God is. I am God is. Right? We're created in their image. So yes, it's they, not he. It's they. Just you know. Anyway, moving right along. So let's breathe. Breathe with me. In through the nose, slowly out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose, slowly out through your mouth. And one more time. 3 represents completion. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Woo! It feels so good. It make you feel like you're about to just doze on off. Your body is relaxed. Your mind is just sound. You know, you hear that? What it sound like? What it sound like to you? Well, to me, it sounds like peace, right? Okay. So, one of the first things, and one of the main things, I've worked in the mental health field. I've counseled many people of all ethnic groups, age groups, and behavior specialists, and just different titles. It all boils down to counseling, just to keep things simple. It's all used the same thing, different titles, teaching in different with different concepts, but always still from experience, no matter what the title is, right? So, um, one of the main things, as I have counseled, is the main thing is to go into our childhood. That is a big, big focus because the way that we have been trained up as children always plays a part in who we are as adults. Again, the way that we've been trained up as children always plays the part in who we are and who we become as adults. From our belief systems, from the way that we think, from the way that we speak, the way we act, and the way we interact, and the way that we react is pretty much learned behavior. It's all learned. So if it's all learned, then what? It can all be unlearned. It can all be unlearned. And some would cringe at the fact that, oh no, how dare my mom and daddy raised me well. And, sorry, my mom and dad raised me well. Okay, here we go. Things are just popping up that's never popped up before. So when you're trying to fulfill a goal, be ready for all kind of little distractions to come to try to send you off course too. But moving right along, people say that, oh, my mom and dad raised me well, or whoever, my grandmother raised me well, and it's not to take away from all the great things that you've been taught, but was everything you taught correct? A better question, was everything you taught correct for you? See, what's good for one person may not be good for another, even if it is your mother or your daddy or your granny or your sister or whoever raised you. It doesn't always fit. It doesn't always work. And that's why so many people rebel, as they call it, against those who has raised them. Because why? Because they're trying to find their own way, their own way of thinking, their own beliefs, their own identity, versus who they were told they are. They want to find out who they are. And some of us don't know how to do that in a healthy way. Some people hurt, kill, steal, rob, assault on the journey of trying to find themselves. Because of why? Some people are dealing with trauma, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. And these traumas have never been dealt with because we have this thing that we've been taught, especially in the Black community, that we don't need no help, we don't need no counseling, we don't need no therapy, we don't need that. That's for white people, or that's for this kind of people, or that's for crazy people. And we're not the only ones to say that, brown or black people. We're not the only ones to say that. I just know it's really big in our community, in our culture. Sorry about this. Some of these sounds going on. So you're gonna see me talking to black and brown people more. If you have any other ethnic group in this that's listening to this, um, please don't take offense. I speak to my people because I am led and directed and designed and created to do so. But if it applies to you too, awesome. I reach all people. But at this day and time, if you're not paying attention to what's going on in the world, racism, prejudiceness is real. So I have a duty to talk to my people directly many on many occasions, okay? So please don't get offended, and if you are, I don't know what to tell you, okay? Something you have to deal with. So review your childhood all the way up to where you are today. Like, go all the way back as far as you can go. And then just just kind of scan through your life. Just scan through it like a motion picture. Just scan through it, all the way up into where you are now. And different things will come up. There's some things you have suppressed that may come up. Now, very important factor is to make sure that when you do this, that you're in a quiet space, quiet place, with no distractions, no TV, no phone, turn phones off, turn computers off, and just be in quiet space. Many people don't like that because they don't like the way it makes them feel. Because many people don't like themselves. And they don't know themselves because so they don't like themselves because they don't know who they are. They don't know themselves, and it's scary in there. It's scary to be all by yourself with self. It don't feel good. It feels eerie. It's weird. I've had clients say, "Oh, that's too weird. I don't want to do that. I don't like that. I don't like to be by myself." Red flag all day. You don't like to be with you. Why do anybody else want to be with you? Where they do that at? Hmm? If you don't like you, why are you tripping because you can't get nobody else to like you? You don't love you. Why are you surprised that you keep getting people that don't know how to love you? All this contaminated love or all this energy that's low and you're not getting what you want, you ain't getting what you need. When the truth of the matter is, what you want and what you need is you. It ain't nobody outside of yourself. It's you. You think you want a man. You think you want a woman. That's what you think you want. That's what you know. I mean, you probably do want it, but is it what you need? Probably not. So, as you sit with yourself in this quiet space, ask yourself, when you see these different experiences coming up, some that you knew about and some that you didn't, because again, we have suppressed certain things, and when you sit with self in silence over and over again, and this has to become a way of life too. It's not a one-time thing or a 10-time thing. This becomes a way of life. When you sit with self and things will start that you have suppressed will start coming up that you forgot about, and they will start coming up. When they start coming up, acknowledge them first of all. We can't change nothing until we acknowledge it that it's there. So all this stuff that we swept under the carpet and try to forget about and think that it's gone. When you sweep stuff, dirt under the carpet, where is it? Do it disappear? Or do it just dirt pile up on dirt? Dirt piles up on dirt. And it just sits in there. It just sits under there. And it's just piling up. So that's what's happened to all the things that you suppress, that you don't deal with. You put it in the back of your head, or you push it down. Oh, no, that ain't what you do. You smoke it away. You drink it away. You sex it away. You play it away. You club it away. Mm-hmm. You do all these things to try to make it go away. And the more you and the more you think it's gone, the more you gotta drink because it come back. And finally one day it do just don't come back no more. But do you think it's over, it's gone, it's dealt with just because you smoked it all, you smoked your brain cells, and then now you just can't remember that it happened? That is not what happens, people. It just goes into a little compartment somewhere back here or down in here, somewhere in there. But it's in there. And guess what? Just guess what it does. Just because it's not in your conscious, in your subconscious, so it sits in there. And like we said, the dirt piles up. So what that dirt turns into is it's festering inside of you. That situation's festering inside of you. And guess what it turns into? Instead of literal dirt, it turns into dis-ease. Disease. Whoa. You see? But it turns into disease. See, that spirit came up and said, oh, yes, it does. It does. But it turns into disease. It turns into diabetes and high blood pressure and headaches. And, you know what I'm saying? It turns into all these symptoms. Disease. Been there. I know. Firsthand. Turned into weight gain. It turns into insecurity. It turns into low self-esteem. It turns into so many things. It's not healthy, right? So when these things come up, you must first acknowledge them politely. Don't, all my religious people out there, in the name of Jesus, I need you to get up out of here, leave. I don't want to see you. I don't want to do this. The devil is a lie. No. Cut. Rewind it back. Let's try something else. Because I know, been there, done that too. All y'all to do that, and then y'all been doing that for years for the same thing. Why does it take so long to get delivered and healed from that? You doing all that emotional, dramatic stuff. And I'm not knocking prayer, but listen, it don't take all of that. And I got that from the Spirit myself, Most High. It don't take all that. Because first of all, you're trying to hurry up and get rid of it. You just, hey, get rid of it. No, the devil is a lie. No, you have to look at that thing. You have to acknowledge that thing. You have to acknowledge, yes, I was molested. Yes, I was physically assaulted. Yes, I was ignored and never told that I can, and I was always told that I can't. Yes, I was, all I heard was, I'm going to be a drug addict like my mama. Yes, you have to acknowledge, yes, this did happen in a nice way. I see you. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, it happened. You have to quit being in denial. Acknowledge that it happened, people. It's okay. You must acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge it, No, it's not going to feel good. It's not supposed to feel good. Tears are going to come out one day. May not be the first time you try. It may not be for that situation, but some tears are going to fall if you sit long enough with yourself and look at these things and face them and acknowledge them. And that's water. Water represents life. So when we release the water, we release those tears, you are releasing that thing. You're being released from it. And it may not all be released on the first cry. And I'm not saying you have to cry to be healed. I'm just saying that's a part of it if that happens. And it may not happen on the first cry. It may not happen on the 10th cry. You have to open your mind and don't have no expectations on your healing journey. Only expectation you need to really have is that I am going to be healed. I'm expecting to be healed, and that's it. The rest, you don't need to try to figure that out. You don't need to know how it's gonna happen. But if you don't know how, because you may know how to, I said there's tons of ways we can heal. There's tons of ways that you can do it. But guess what? Those of us that is walking the path, those of us that are called healers, those of us called light workers, those of us that's called counselors, we're sent here to help. Just to help, to assist if you need assistance. So acknowledge it. Be open-minded and allow whatever that's going to happen in that moment to happen. You will be amazed, and I mean literally amazed, of what all will transpire in these moments of being in silence with self and by yourself. Oh my God, if I could just, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna share it with some in books and some in these videos and stuff. But I'm just saying, I just think my words is just not gonna give it justice of how crazy and amazing and sad and happy and I, emotions that I don't even have words for. The events that took place prompted up to get up and dance, prompted up to get up and do this. Do you know motion is a part of healing? Motion. Motion. That's why in different cultures, and especially in some of the African cultures and Egyptian cultures, we have rituals. They had herbs and rituals. Herbs and rituals. Ritual is a part of the word spiritual. So all you religious folks, oh, we don't do that. That's the devil, all them rituals. You do ritual. You're the most ritualistic people of all, religious people. When you get on them knees and pray, that's a ritual. When you uh, get up and do with all your little stuff in the church, all the little physical things, all the little motions, the dances, that's ritual. What do you think they are? Those are rituals. So you will be amazed at things that will transpire. And just go with it. Just because it seems weird and you ain't never heard of it or done it before, don't reject it. Don't stop it. Don't shut it down. Because when you do that, you're shutting down your healing process. You're rejecting your healing process because you may not know what you need, but the Most High, the Spirit guides, the universe, your ancestors, they know. All of them, your angels, they all know what you need too. That's their job to know you and know what you need too. So, because we don't know, they're here to assist us and they're here to take us through it and help us through it, right? Okay, so um, when you excuse me, I have so much indigestion. Listen, I'm on a journey. Don't judge me. I'm taking some supplements and things that's helping me with my system, so it's all coming out. It's part of the healing process. Just go with me. It's okay. Everybody burps. Anyway, get off my rant. Um, so when you have something come up, focus on that thing, acknowledge it, and then pay attention um, to the first thing that surfaces. Like pay attention. It's something you when it surfaces, you have to give it that attention. So pay attention to the first things that surface. As I said, allow it to happen. Acknowledge that it happened. It's going to be certain details that may come out, so you want to acknowledge those details and just bask in it. Like bask in this. It ain't about dwelling. Oh, I don't want to dwell on that. I don't want to listen. Trust me when I tell you this is a must. You must do this to get this all up. When you have a boil or a cyst in your body, which also comes from not being healed and things are sitting underneath you, infection living in your body. So when you have your skin is flat and you have a boil that sits on top of here and it's full of infection, you, in order to get that out, because you just let it sit there and it may not never come out on its own. Some do come out on its own, but a lot of them don't. You have to apply pressure and heat to it to get it to come to surface. You have to focus on that. You feel where I'm going with this? So when these situations come up from your past, you need to you gotta focus on it, acknowledge it, let it come up, let it boil up, let it come to the surface, whatever wants to come to the surface with that situation. The materials is trying to well up that you're trying to stop from coming. Relax, let it go. Because it's trying to come to the surface. Those feelings is just, you got frogs in your throat, you got butterflies in your belly, knots in your stomach. You feel it's trying. That's it. It's trying. It's like let me out of her. And you trying to keep it pressed in. Let it out. Let it come to the surface, okay? Let it come out. It's okay. It's going to feel cool. Do you know? You have no idea. It's going to feel amazing. You're going to feel 10 to 100 pounds lighter. I promise. Remember, this is a process, and it's a consistent thing. It's not a one-time thing. So, yes. Let's breathe. Yeah. So let any and all emotions that want to come out concerning each situation. And this is going to be with each one, okay? Yeah, bask in it. Bask in those feelings and them emotions, no matter how uncomfortable it is. Bask in it. No matter how painful it is. Let it burn. Let it burn. Not that kind. But let it burn. It's the same thing. It's just different situations. You may have to let it burn like Usher. You may be going through that, right? Um, One moment. That pretty much concludes the tips. Some of the tips that I wanted to give, some of the basic, those are the basic things. And there'll be more ways that I'll add later. So I will forever, as long as I'm on any type of platform, be talking about healing. You can count on that. So don't be like, oh, that's all she talk about. That ain't all I talk about, but it's gonna be a part of many things I talk about. Because in order for us to heal, um, in order for us to flourish and be all that we're trying to be, we must heal in order to move forward, in order to manifest what we want and desire and need. We must heal. In order to get that love of your life, we must heal. We must be on the journey. We must be on that path, on that right path. Now, is any of us ever going to be, oh, I'm done healing. I done did it. I'm all the way healed. I don't think so. It's kind of like saying, oh, I've arrived. I don't need no help. I'm already here. I'm at where I want to be. We'll never be there as long as we're on this plane and place called the Matrix. Because guess what? As we keep on this journey, we will continue to get more scars, more offenses, and more hurt and more pain will come because that's just life. And guess what? We'll have to heal from those things too. But at least now, you'll have a blueprint on how to get it going, how to get it started. People often be surprised. People don't know where to start. So now you do. Now you do. And those are very simple things and you probably knew about them. But guess what? I'm here to remind you about them. Right? So, I'm excited about your healing journey because I know how awesome it can be. As a Cosmic Life Coach, you know, I do give forecasts, simple forecasts. I'm still on my journey of learning astrology and astronomy. And so I do just basic characteristics of the forecast of the energies that's coming in for the new moon, full moon, and different planet alignments. And so we have a new moon coming up on July 20th. That's in how many days? 5 days. New moon in Cancer. Woo, woo, woo. So, we just had a full moon, and I tried to share my experience on Instagram. It was so long, it just was not enough room and space for it. So I was supposed to went and did a video to finish it up. Honey, I didn't get to do it because these energies are strong and intense, and there's a lot of it going on. So I have to be okay with not fulfilling everything that I want to fulfill because I go with a flow of energy and I don't want to come on there and be spewing out low vibrations onto others. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can at Shakhenlighten You. SHAKHENLIGHTENU. Shakhenlighten You. And you'll get all kind of goodies over there. I'm posting affirmations and forecasts and just sharing things of my daily journey sometimes and always promoting other people's businesses on my feed. So, yes. And so we will do a new moon forecast. If not on YouTube, I will do it on Instagram. And we'll just have to see. Thank you for joining me. I got it out. Now, send me some high energy that this video go through this time. That it was all for naught. I think my spirit guide's going to assist me on this one because I feel so much freer, so much more relaxed to get it out. And I hope that it was able to help you in some kind of way. So, peace, love, power, and light to you all. Please don't forget, share the love, share the wealth, which is the wealth within you. Wealth lives within us. And be an inspiration to others. Help somebody. Because, you know, you may need help too. And I'm signing off. Have a great evening until we meet again. Ashe.